welcome everyone to DungeTeck Gaming Servers SMP Let's Play video Season 1 Episode number 2. I am your host, Dungeon Master 372, and I am coming at you with this video because I am excited. We are back and ready to go for our next episode. I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time and looking at my videos and everything. Check out the links in the description below when you're done here, and check us out. Our server is live, and the IP and link to the Modpack itself is in the description below. So please check those locations out. We are currently running on DMTeckMix 3 from the CurseForge launcher, or from the CurseForge website. You can get that through the CurseForge launcher if you're using that. That would be great because that's about the best way you're going to be able to come by it. Otherwise, you can download it from the CurseForge website and install it in Multi-MC or one of the other many different launchers that we have. So, yeah, this is another thing too. I'm not sure if NeoForge has their own launcher or Modrent for that matter. Modpack is not compatible, I don't think, with that. But you might try. You could try it. I mean, definitely if you want. But I'm just saying I don't think it's compatible with NeoForge because I use a lot of regular Forge mods. You can probably find an equivalency, the NeoForge versions of the mods that I have in my pack. I just don't know. I much rather just stick with one instead of choosing a whole host of. That's just a lot of overhead. But anyways, we're here when we're on the latest version of our pack, which is 3.5.8 revision 1, and yeah, you get that in the links in the description below. So feel free to check that out. Alright, so what are we doing today? Well, let me go ahead and show you what I have done. Recap what we've done before. Alright, so here we are. We are at our home base. And you're like, well, looks about the same as when we left. Nah, not quite. Most of my changes have been out here. I kind of went ahead and added a few more farms. Got that stuff set up. So we got melons, cocoa, flax, barley. You already seen me put this in, the potatoes and wheat. Now we got a tree farm set up over here, so we have plenty of wood. And we can just keep planting there all day long. Good stuff. Another thing I did between the episodes was I came back here and got ourselves another room dug out, so that way we could be ready for today's video. So, yeah, and right now I am needing some more supplies. I only have 2 raw iron left after creating this contraption here, which will smelt our ores for us for now until we get our smeltery put in, which is coming up either this episode or the next. It depends on how fast we can get moving along. So I'm going to go get us some of those supplies that we need. I'm going to take you guys along for the journey. So let's go to my other home base. Alright. let's go to, I think it was 2. Oh, nope, it was 1. Here we go. And y'all are like, what are those? These are my cobblestone generators. It's smooth stone, which gets pushed to turtles. The turtles mine the stone, pick up the stone, and throw it into our ender chest here, which feeds it into our system here. This is what we're working on building up to. This is my, what I like to call my storage drawer mass storage. And yeah, so I mean, this setup is what we're going for. Well, I'm not going for all the redstone and cobblestone generators, but let's see what we're gonna do here. Oh yeah, okay. Let's go up 1. Whoops, not in here. There we go, down 1. We're gonna go shopping. We're gonna go pick up some blocks. See what we can find in here. Alright, we got nickel, iron. We're gonna get about half the iron in there. I think that'll tide us over. Got some redstone. You know what? We're gonna get a couple stacks redstone because we're probably gonna need it for other things. We got plenty of stone. Not everything's being showed up in here. Alright, well, I think we got enough here. Alright, we're gonna go back to our area. Alright, now we're back. Back from the grocery store. We got us some red to put down in here. Alright, I'm gonna jump cut. I'm gonna get a few more things gathered up, and I will be right back. Okay, everyone, and we are back. Dungeon Master 372, still here going at it. Sorry about the jump cut, it was a weird one. I lost a little bit of footage, but we're gonna recover what we're missing, so that way you guys ain't missing anything. So we're gonna go through some of the things that you guys need to know whenever you guys join our server, so that way you all can stay better protected. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you could choose to either open up FTB maps by pressing the M key, or you can press the J key for journey map. That's one thing that our pack offers is choices. So you could choose to use the FTB or the FTB map if you want, or you can choose to use journey map. I generally like journey map mainly because there's a little bit more detail in the way that they have their map set up. Alternatively, if you guys want to use a web browser map, you can choose to do so by going to this link here, which it's a big long link. I have that link somewhere on our website, I'm sure. I think it's on the main page on our website. But this map is pretty cool because you have what this view is called the perspective view. And when you're on perspective view, you can click on any part, or you can right click and you can actually get the view of a build that you're working on or whatever in your map, and you can see your build in full detail in a browser, which is pretty cool. Some people say, well, that's pretty trivial, and you're right, it is kind of trivial. I mean, but I kind of like it. I think it's pretty cool. You know that it kind of glitches a little bit, but that's just because of the stitching. Once you're in the proper viewpoint and zoom in, things come in, snap in, and are pretty detailed. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that. I mean, so our server kind of offers many different options for the players. So what I was going to show you with these maps was, in this one, it's this button right here. You can click on it, and you can get into the claims. Now, claims on our server is the best way to protect your area from griefs and other miscellaneous shenanigans. So how it works is you can click, left click puts, allows you to claim. Right click takes away the claim. If you shift click, it puts that red box around it, and you know that chunk is force loaded. And down here is where it'll tell you how much blocks you have and how much you can claim. So there's that. Players on my server will get X amount of claim blocks for their area. So you can spend those however you like. As long as the area is not claimed already, and as long as you don't claim too close to towns, villages, or next to other players, unless you get permission. And if you're close to somebody and you want to get permissions, you can also check with me. I might be able to give you information as far as to who's building close to you if you have a question about it. So yeah, so make sure when you come to our server that when you find your area that you want to build in, make sure to use your claims protection, so that way you can keep yourself protected from griefs and all that. So there's that. And also, another thing to note is our tickets in our Discord server. I know that on most of our listings we have a Discord link that you can join. So if you can just click that link and join our Discord, I think we can go far on that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and continue on. Alright, so I just showed you about our claims protections. What else was I gonna plan on showing you guys today? Oh yeah, that's right. Part of what we lost in the transition here, so I grabbed a few items from my base. So we can have some items to work with, so we can get moving right along to our next mod. Or, well, I say our next mod. We're still going to cover the next stage of Tinker's Construct. Because Tinker's Construct kind of goes in stages. You start out with the crafting station, which you just craft, that's just your normal crafting with Tinkers and anything else. I mean, that's just a replacement bench that kind of replaces the vanilla Minecraft workbench. So, okay, and we covered the Tinker Station already and the part builder as well. Now there's upgrades to these. You got, and there's also another tier of item that we're going to be making right now. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to take ball of clay, sand, and gravel to make us some grout. Go ahead and do that recipe yet again. Alright, so we're going to go out here to my little contraption out here. You know what, before we do that, let's do this. There we go. I bet you that works. Hold on here. Alright, let's try this again here. Alright. Okay, so what I was going to do now before we got interrupted by those guys. Alright, so we're going to go up here and we're going to throw our grout in. And it's going to feed down into these hoppers. And then eventually get fed into these furnaces and cook up into seared brick. Seared brick is the main ingredient for Tinker's Construct, useful for making a variety of items. It looks like we're running into a little bit of lag. Might have to restart the server soon. But, okay, so Let's see. Yeah. Alright, so one of the first recipes I want to show you is the faucet. You're going to need a few of these, so we're going to go ahead and take 3. And next we have a casting table. You're going to need one of those. Okay, I think we need it's a seared heater. That didn't work. Let's try something else here. Let's see. Let's make ourselves a couple of these, or 8. Yeah, that's not work either. Alright, we're going to pause so I can take a look at this and see if I can figure out how to craft the next few items. Be back in just a moment. Okay, everyone, and I'm back. We're smelting away at some sand to get us some glass so we can make more of these, which is seared fuel gauges. We're going to also need okay, and then we're also going to need this, because that's how we're going to get our drain, or our main brain for this operation. Pretty much, I mean, you guys can tell what I'm putting together here. I'm putting together our smeltery. Okay, we're not making the melter. So that was a bad block there. But we're gonna need one of these. We're gonna need a faucet, and this here is a fuel gauge. You can use these, or you can use seared windows, or you can use the fuel tank as well, which I might have to use one of these, I think, but we will see. But the recipe for that is just seared brick surrounding a piece of glass. And this recipe is not complete yet because we got to wait for this glass to finish smelting. So we could put in some copper in here, because we're going to need some copper too. Hopefully once we get this done, we won't even need to, use a vanilla furnace to smelt our ores and our materials, because it is kind of slow in comparison to the smeltery. And not only that, but you can process a lot of more ore with a smeltery than you can So we're going to get this going. And we got, we're going to get, but that's the recipe for this. So we're going to go ahead and get that collected. We're going to go ahead and get these collected. And this one we're waiting on the copper. Let's see where we're at on these. We're about halfway done. You know what? Let's go ahead and put our wall copper in there. And let it, it'll take a little bit more time for that as well. I'm really liking the way that the server's turned out. It's running very smoothly for us. I'm kind of happy with that. I mean, we had a little bit of lag earlier for some reason. Not sure why. I'll have to look into it for sure. Waiting for some more of this glass to finish. We're almost done. We got about 15 more. Well, we've already got some ingots making over here. Should be starting to cook. No, not quite yet. We're at 42. Alright. We're putting our smooth stone down here so we can craft that a little bit easier. And these chests here. I like this feature. I think it's pretty. And there we go. Alright. And also, if you have it, like I was saying earlier about our Discord channel, if you join our Discord channel and everything, you can also post tickets. So if there's something you want to suggest, you can do it in the form of a ticket if you want. I don't know if I even set up the tags for it, but otherwise, if you're having problems in game or something's not working correctly, or you think you've been griefed, things of that nature, you can also post them there. So feel free to join our Discord because that will be a useful tool in the future. I mean, anytime you suspect a grief in your area, you can have us come and check it out by posting a ticket, and we'll come and check it out. Yeah, especially if you guys, leave us you know, leave us some coordinates, so that way we have a place to actually go. Oh, okay, we got to go over here and take a look. It would be helpful to have the coordinates to the block or area where the block may have been. So yeah, that's some cool stuff there. Okay. Yeah, and just in case I didn't get to add it in between the episodes, I did manage to put together some tree farms. I put together our cocoa farm over here, melons, our flax, and our barley over here. I know that you guys have already, I mean, if you guys watched the first episode, you all watched me put these two farms in. So between the episodes, I just kind of expanded out here and put together a smeltery so that, or a quick form of smelting the primitive way. And soon we will have a more practical way. Alright. All the rest of our glass has been cooked. And since we haven't even started out here on this stuff, we're just going to go ahead and just cook it in here. We need 2 to start us. And that's for the drain. We need actually a total of 4 to get us going. Alright, well. Alright, we got more than enough now to finish the rest of what we need here. Well, we got 2 of those right now. Alright, so. Alright, so what we're going to do. Do I want to do this in here, or do I want to do it outside? I guess we'll do it in here. We're going to do, let's see. Two. Okay, guys, we're almost done with this here smeltery, getting it put together, at least for the first layer. Let's see where we're at on this. So we made more grout than what we had. Still smelting out the rest of that ore. Let's see what we got out here, if anything else. Okay, we still got a few more. Alright. We should have plenty. Let's get these made up here. Here. That should be enough to finish this up. There's our casting table. We got that down. Let's see. We're going to need another sear drain. We're going to have to do that right here. Let's put that right there. I'll put another seared faucet right there. And then we're going to take this and we're going to dig this out. Put our seared basin down there. And then we're going to do this here. Remove this torch. And that block is reserved for the Smeltery controller. Looks like we're going to have to make some more grout. We just need enough grout to do 2 more blocks. Alright, we got this. Alright. I'm going to make another round too. Just to make sure we have plenty. There. Alright guys, I'm going to cut. We'll be back momentarily. Okay everyone, and we're back. Sorry about the jump cut, it just walked away for a minute while I was waiting on getting some of this stuff cooked up. I also reevaluated the table, and I need a total of 4 more blocks, so we're going to go ahead and grab those. We're going to go ahead and finish this thing up. It should snap right into place. This is what's called a multi-block structure, and it should snap right into place. Oh yeah, we got to have a Smeltery controller. Alright, let's go back here. Okay, so I need to make a... Well, they have changed this mod up so much. I really do not know how else to come up with the Smeltery controller. Well, I've got a heater. So how do we make that? We'll make that using seared brick and a seared fuel gauge. So let's go craft those real quick. We'll grab some more seared brick. See what we got cooked up in here. Oh yeah, alright, that'll work. Alright, so we need one of those. One of these, I think. Seared fuel gauge. And that needs to be partially surrounded by seared brick. Okay. So we need to put that here and here. I think this, we set that on top of this, I think. Alright. Let's set this here. Let's set that there. Alright, so alright, let's do this casting basin right there. Let's see. Okay. So anyways, we got this going now. Alright, so that's how we're going to do this here. I'm going to re-smelt that. I'm going to put... Now we can put that in there. Wait for this to smelt down. It's going to take it a little while because it's 9 ingots all together. Alright, now we have our first smeltery. Now, my only hope is that these actually will act as a fuel source. I gotta go see if I can find some lava, which I know where some is, because the smeltery will work a lot better with some lava. I should have a lava bucket or a bucket somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. Let me eat something. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much that. So yeah, we got ourselves our very first smeltery. And we're going to go find ourselves some fuel for this thing. Now that we can actually start to get this stuff going, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do a pause track. We're just going to step forward. I'm going to gather some lava. I'm going to do that off camera. But be much quicker. And I will be right back, guys. Alright, everyone, and we are back. Sorry for the delay. Just had a little bit of a technical difficulty with the last recording. So we are back, and yeah, as you can see, I've already gotten some fuel for our tanks here, and I've already started smelting ores, and I also crafted a seared ingot cast. I'll show you how to go ahead and go about that. So pretty much what you're going to want to do if you want to make an ingot is it's preferable to have an ingot, but you can also use things like seared bricks or anything that really costs an ingot worth of material, sort of. I don't know. I just I know that ingots work best, and also you have a choice of different of different casts. You can do the gold cast, or you can use aluminum brass. Actually, that sounds better. That sounds more like it. aluminum brass, which is made, I think, out of aluminum and aluminum, copper, and tin, I think. But you have to mix it in the smeltery. And it's so many ingots of iron, so many ingots of copper, and so many ingots of tin, and per recipe to actually create a sizable amount so you can get all the. Anyways, I mean that's in a nutshell. But anyways, your ores go over here. The lava heats up the ores and smelts them down into their pure form, and you can separate it. You can click on the different types, and so that way you can. That's what you're working with. So whenever you click on this drain here, it'll pick whatever is selected there, and you can tell what's selected by what's being displayed here on the outputs, and what's located on the bottom of the smeltery as well. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, you need. But anyways, you take an ingot, you place it down in the casting base and the casting table, and you click on the seared grain, and it creates you a golden cast. And yeah, that's pretty cool. We got more to get. I need to find a nugget. Well, that's what I was working on. Trying to. Aha! Now I'm going to demonstrate how to create a nugget cast. So we take a nugget here, place it down in here, and we still got a little bit of gold in there. And I don't think that was enough gold. Put 3 ingots worth of gold in there. We'll see if we can get this thing to finish casting now. There we go. Now we got ourselves a nugget cast. So now we have 6 nuggets and 2 ingots. Now we got 2 ingots. So now we put our ingot cast in here. Uh-oh. Well, we can re-smelt those back down. And let's put our nugget cast in. We got 3 nuggets worth. And there we go. Now we can clear out our inventory when we need to. Go ahead and put this last chest down. We're going to put all of our ingots in here. Actually, Outdoor casting. Okay, we're going to grab our ingot cast, throw it down in here. Now, we made those back into an ingot. Now we can throw that in here. And we got our iron blocks. We're going to need a couple of these. So we're going to go ahead and take those with us. Now we should be able to upgrade a few of our tables. I'm going to grab this table. Put it over here in the Tinker's Construct. And we're going to take this and we're going to make alright. Now, I'm going to put this over the top here. And now what we need is two of these. I think this is the recipe. Oh. Now we need a tool forge. Thanks. We got the part builder. Is this? Wait a minute. Where? Oh. The Tinker Station. And I'm not seeing it on here. I think there's a modifier table now, so that's going to be new. Alright guys, I'm going to pause this for a minute. I'm going to check and see about either upgrading this Tinker Station or whatever. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go do some research real quick. Okay, everyone, and I'm back. Alright, so I figured this out. So what we're going to do first is we're going to break this table up. We're going to take it over here to our crafting station. We're going to put our Tinker Station right here. And we're going to take our 3 blocks of iron right here. No. Okay. Alright, hold on here. That's supposed to be 3 of these. Alright, hold on. Okay, boat folks, I think I am back now. I think we got this figured out. Even AI had it confused a little bit. So we're getting right back into it. We're going to create our first alloy, because it looks like I'm going to need some iron to do this, and I'm hoping that according to what I read, it takes 1 slime ball, 1 iron, and 1 ingot. That must have been the wrong kind of slime. Let's see. Alright guys, I will be right back. Okay everyone, and I'm back. Sorry for the delay, yet again. But we finally figured out our recipe that we were working on. So pretty much what we were working on is a tinker's anvil. And between the last segment and this one, I went out and I picked up a few slime balls from the Slime Ball Islands, and I have one not too far from my base here, and I went ahead and grabbed a few of those, enough to make a total of 6 blocks of slime steel to craft us this anvil. And we're going to go ahead and craft another anvil. I just got to find some more seared brick, which I think we have more outside here. There we go. That will work. Alright. Now this is the last part, and then after this we're probably going to call it a night, because it is starting to get late for me. Go ahead and get that out. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to place this over here. So this will take a place of, well, not really take the place of, because I will put the Tinker Station back over here. Alright, so this is the upgraded version. This allows you to create even more advanced weapons like the mallet here, or the sledgehammer. This is a miner's dream, because this will allow you to dig out a 3x3 area, or even larger if you upgrade it enough. And then we have the vein hammer. And then we also have this broadaxe. This is what I was talking about. This has the tree feller perk on it. So, but I also found out too that I really didn't need to have that. I was watching a buddy's YouTube video and he showed me a way to get around having a you can do it with any tool. Well, where did that actually go? I put it in here somewhere. Aha. So this is just a regular, this is the hand axe I made. And this is the stone axe. So you can take the stone axe here. And let's see. Since we have vein miner, and it only broke that many because the deal broke. That's okay. Now let's try this again. Let's hit vein miner. Yeah, it just took out all those blocks. Okay. I should have known better. That's okay. Well, you know what? If it's going to continue to do that the whole time, we're going to change that up. Alright. Alright. I'm going to finish putting this stuff down here real quick. so there's that in a nutshell. Alright, so we're going to do something different here. Actually, no. I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, we've got ourselves our next tier of items ready to go for our next video. We have our Tinker Station still working its magic. We got our part builder over here working its magic. And we got our Tinker's Crafting Station doing its thing. And yeah, so pretty much that is pretty much it for this episode. Again, if you like this video, please click like and subscribe. Click on the notification bell so you can be notified when our next video is up and available. Check out all the links in the description below. And remember, everybody, be fun, have fun, be safe, and as always, have a good one.